So we're going to talk about opt-in bribes. Bribe sounds kind of unethical, but basically all it is that if we want someone to sign up to our email list, we have to offer them something. It's not enough to say sign up for updates or sign up for news, because unless you're already famous or unless they, are salivating for your next book, they're not going to care what's going on with you. They just want to know what they can get. Like, what's in it for them? What are you offering? So you need to offer something that they want enough to give up their email. And a lot of people don't want to give up their email, so they're not just going to volunteer it to you unless you have something that they want. So the trick is you want to develop opt-in bribes that only work for your target readers. It can't be something that's too general and works for everybody. And the opt-in is probably going to be an email box that you have on the side, your sidebar, which I like. I like having a sidebar. It's not absolutely necessary on your author website, but I like having sidebars. That's where I put my opt-in bribes. You can also put opt-in bribes like in the header or below blog posts. And there's different tools to make really good looking pop-up boxes and opt-in boxes, but we'll talk about those later. Before you get to any of that stuff, you need to have something to offer. So this is, I made this just as a list of some ideas. So you could do free chapters, free books or stories, free books for life. This is what I do on my website, because, as I say, it's like if I get people to sign up to my email list, I'm happy to give away my books for free because those aren't my target audience. If I have 1,000 people on my list and I can say, hey, my book is free, go download the book for now. If I can get them to go and download the book and review it, I might possibly get 1,000 quick downloads and I might get 100 book reviews in a couple days. That's the power that I have if I have an email list. And I prefer to get those people to download my books for free and leave reviews than to buy them. Because if they can do that, if I can boost up my ranking really fast, then my book will show up on Amazon and other people, new readers, will find my books and buy them. And that's where I'll make the money. Or I'll say I'll give away my first book, like the first book in a series, but I might make my list pay for the second or third book if they want to. That's a personal choice. I think it's going to work really well. And so I have this offer where they get free books, and it's an advantage that I can design book covers. So I have all these book covers that show they're going to get cool books. And that's the nice thing about book covers is that I haven't actually written that much yet. People have no idea if these are going to be good books or not. But based on the design of the book covers, they look like they'll be pretty decent books. So people sign up if they like mermaids, vampires, angels, zombies, revolution, post-apocalyptic settings. That's kind of some of the stuff I'll write about. But I could also just have one free book that they sign up to get. The other thing that works really well is you'll have excerpts. Maybe you'll have 1 or 2 free chapters, and then at the bottom you could say sign up to read the rest of this book. It's okay actually if you give away a book that's also on Amazon. I have a lot of books that I have on Amazon for $2.99, but I also give them away on my website if they sign up. So like on my main website, Creativity, they can sign up and they'll get 4 books I've written to help you, blah, blah, blah. Those are some of the books I've written that I have up on Amazon that are for sale, but I give them away because I'd rather have people follow me so that I can get their email address so I can contact them than I would have the extra $1 or 2 if I sold them on Amazon. It's more valuable to me to get the email than the sales. That might be different. Like if you're writing paranormal romance and you could potentially get 1,000 or 2,000 or 3,000 sales, like you want to earn some money, but the money is really not going to come from one book. The money is going to come from, we call it the lifetime customer value. So if you get one fan who reads one of your books for free because you gave the book away for free on your website, that one fan might buy 10 more books from you later on in the future but only if you've built the relationship by giving them something. So you can also just send postcards or bookmarks. Bonus material is a really easy one, so it could be a prequel or a backstory or removed scenes. Give yourself just means, like, if you're an expert in something, they could ask you a question. So you could say, if you also are writing paranormal romance and you need help, if you sign up to my email list, I'll answer one question or something like that, or I'll interview you on my blog or whatever. Blueprints and cheat sheets work really well, but more for nonfiction stuff. I like PDF lists a lot. So like I was saying before, you could come up with all of these articles that are just really good content. These are kind of like evergreen articles that will attract the right kind of readers. So my top 10 favorite passages from the Hunger Games. And so all you do is you go through the Hunger Games trilogy and you pull out 10 amazing paragraphs and you make a blog post about those. That's a good piece of content that will get shared. And if it's popular enough, you can turn it into a really nicely designed PDF, and that can be your opt-in offer. Because if you're writing books that are similar to the Hunger Games, the ideal readers may be interested in that kind of thing. So 15 sci-fi superpowers that are starting to become possible, that's also just a really good piece of content. Like, that's a great article to write that you could put on a guest post and attract thousands and thousands of sci-fi readers who like supernatural or superpower type of books. If you can get that piece of content out into the world and you write it well, that's a perfect piece of content to attract your right readers. But this kind of thing could also be turned into a PDF list if you want to build your email list. Because the problem is, like, if they haven't read your books, and ideally if you do your marketing right, you'll get a lot of traffic to your website that are new readers that didn't search for you, which means they haven't read your books yet. So if you just say get a free book, they may not care unless it looks really good. Or actually, what you should do, or what I'll do later, because nobody will really believe you that it's a good book. Let me go back to my site. So what I should do under Fans Read for Free is I should add some reviews here. And I've done that on Creativity. It looks like this. So if people don't know who I am, and I say sign up to my list and get these books, they don't really care because they don't know who I am. They don't know what I'm going to give them. But I put all of these testimonials. These are just random comments that people emailed me personally, and they said, you know, wow, thanks, because you put out really good content. So I put those up here just for credibility boosting. So if you have some book reviews, like, you could just pull Amazon book reviews and put short blurbs down here. You could put a bunch of them, like put 5 of them, and you could even put a little 5-star sticker or something on them. Or you could say something like over 100 5-star reviews, just so that they know that other people like your books too, because that's important. So you need to kind of prove to them that you have something they want. But if you don't do that and it's just a book, they may not be interested unless you can show them that what you have is valuable. But that's on you. And you can also play around. You have to try some things out. Sometimes something really simple, like often one of those 10-point PDFs actually performs a lot better than something else. Like a 10-point PDF, like the top 10 fantasy books of all time, might actually get more email signups than your full-length free fantasy book. It just happens. So you kind of got to test it out and see what's performing the best. I'm going to stop this video and then talk a little bit about this.